to Projectart's first nationwide MasterClass week. My name is Danielle and I am Projectart's Miami Director. Tonight we welcome our student community from 9 cities across the nation to come together and learn a special technique from one of our teaching artists and meet other Projectart students your age nationwide. We also welcome our students who are watching us on our online platform. Thanks for participating. Remember to send us a picture of your work today after the lesson to info@projectart.org, or you can simply send it to your local program director. And finally, we welcome Ms. Susan, today's MasterClass instructor, who has prepared a wonderful lesson plan for our students, ages 13 to 18. Ms. Susan is joining us from Pittsburgh, and she joined Projectart in 2018 as a teaching artist. We are so lucky now to have her as our program director in Pittsburgh. Welcome, Ms. Susan. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Danielle. And hello, everybody. We are going to get started, okay? All right. The name of, or theme of today's lesson is called Green Art, which means, of course, that we're going to do everything just in the color green. No, it isn't. Green art means environmental. And I've done lots of work in art with things that would be thrown away. I've done classes called Trash to Treasure, where you take leftover paper, leftover cardboard, and you can make wonderful things with it. So what you need to get started is you need a piece of paper, you need a pencil, you can even use a marker if you want it. I'm going to switch back and forth between a pencil and a marker. And you need some junk mail or magazines. Now, I got ready for today by collecting the things that came through our door. And this is just from 2 days worth, right? Do you get a bunch of these things? Flyers, and then they just get thrown out? Well, we can make things with them, and we're going to make something with them today. I know that you have, since you are all accomplished artists, have done collages before. We are going to do something kind of like a collage, but not exactly. We're going to do a mosaic using the paper, junk paper. So make sure you've got your paper, your pencil, and your paper to write on, draw on. And I'm going to show you an example of what I mean by a mosaic as opposed to a collage. This is a mosaic from a long, long time ago. It's Roman fresco. And what they did was they used little pieces of tile to make a face, to make a portrait of someone. And you can see how the different colors have been used there to get the values that you would get if you were using a pencil or oil pastels or even paint. So we're going to do that with paper today. So I'm going to stop my sharing and I'm going to go to the demo table, because the first thing that I'm going to do is show you a technique about how to draw a face. Some of you may know this, but it's a pretty cool technique. So to get the proper proportions for the features, you can use a grid or lines, and I'm going to show you how. All right. Now we have our face. Now that was the shortest part of what we're going to do. I'm going to show you what we're going to do to move on. Here is some of the pieces that I have torn from things like this. You might notice that there is a bit of a color theme going on here. Blues and greens. I've decided that I'm going to make my face be the face of either an alien or maybe an avatar. So I made color choices of blue and green. Now, what that means is you have to go through your papers. And by the way, if anybody doesn't have any junk mail, just find any paper you can that's got some color in it, okay? So, for example, well, let me do it down here. I don't think I want writing. So I had to go through and kind of tear a piece out that was just all one color. All right. So your job right now is to take your paper, make a color choice. If you want to have it rainbow, that's fine. You want to have it all colors, it's fine. If you want to have it with writing on it, that's fine too. It can be a very interesting face, but you've got to tear yourself some pieces. So get to work and tear some pieces. One thing about the pieces, you can make big pieces, which means it'll go faster for you. You can make little pieces, or maybe you want to make some of both, because it's hard to cover up. You'll find that it's going to be hard to have it exactly match. So you might need some little pieces, for example, to fill in. What we want to do is fill in the whole thing. Now you might say, well, we're going to cover up the eyes and nose and mouth and everything. And you are right. If you can, we're going to try to put the pieces around the features you've drawn. But if you cover up some of it, that's okay too. All right. Now, this is what I recommend. Glue sticks. If you have another kind of glue, that's fine too. If you have like what they call school glue or Elmer's glue, where you squirt it out, you just have to be careful not to squirt out too much. You're going to get a really messy piece of paper. That's why I like glue sticks. But use whatever glue you have. And there's 2 ways to do it. Probably more than 2 ways, but 2 ways that I know. Okay. I've got mine, and we're going to go back to the demo table, and I'm going to glue right on the face itself. And then what I'm going to look for, since there's a curve, I'm going to look for something that has a kind of a curve. Aha, aha, beautiful. Look at that. It fits. All right. The other way to do it is to put it on the paper that you have already torn. That can be harder, especially if the paper is very thin. So do what works best for you. Okay. Okay, I got lucky with my first 2 pieces there. They kind of fit. Now, since I'm doing blue and green, I can I think I'm going to just do patchwork and have, maybe alternate the blues and the greens and just put it where it fits. What you can also do is, for example, I've got a piece of darker blue. This hardly even looks blue. It's almost black. And if I wanted to, I could make a shadow. Now look, I am actually going to tear more of a curve. Ta-da. And I'm going to make a shadow over here on this side. So this side of the face can be darker than that side of the face. Something that you would do if you were painting or drawing. You would put in the values or the lights and the shadows. So I'm going to, I guess, continue down that side with something dark. And then I will try to go around one of the features. Oops. Paper's flying all over the place. See, now here, I think what I want to do is I want to layer it a little bit. So if I'm going to try to make that a shadow wouldn't have a sharp edge like that. So I'm going to layer it over there like that. Okay. Yeah, that worked. Now I've got a little small piece there. Small piece. There's a smaller piece up. I think I can make that work because it kind of will blend into the darker spot there. You may find, if you're using junk mail like I am, that your paper is different. Some is thick, some is thin, some is glossy, some is not glossy. So that's something you could also work with if you wanted to have like a shiny part of your face. If you have a shiny piece of paper. Okay, I need to keep going here. I think I'm going to do my chin next. Okay. I think I'm going to go dark down here, but I only have some, all right. See, I only have a big piece like this. That wouldn't work too well. So I'm going to tear it in half. Woo-hoo. Paper is great to work with. You can make all sorts of things with it. With the nose, what I would do is I think I would put a little bit of a shadow on either side like this. And then something very different for going in the middle, a triangle of some sort, but that stood out, maybe lighter than that. I'm going to show you now one that I already did, and I will explain what I did. So this is as far as I've gotten with my alien or avatar or someone who's just maybe wearing makeup, blue makeup. So I'll finish that one later. The first one that I tried, I decided to go with flesh tones. Okay. These are many different colors of flesh tones. Okay. Some of the magazines had bigger pictures of people. So you see what I did with the nose? I put the lines down either side. I cut for this. Then for the eyes, that's where I cheated. I cut the tear shape out. I cut the circles for the irises. I cut the black circle for the pupil. See what I mean about making a little bit bigger? And then the reflection. See how it makes the person look a little more alive if you have that reflection showing in the eyes. Now, one final trick, magic marker, Sharpie. I'm going to add a few things. This is mine, and now it's time to show me yours. And thank you for letting me share this with you, and thank you for sharing your creativity with me.
Yes, we want to give a huge thanks to Miss Susan for this green portrait mosaic project today, and for our students ages 13 to 18 years old who joined us from different across the country tonight. Thanks to all the students and families who joined us, as well as everyone who is watching this recording on virtual platforms right now. Remember to take a picture of your work once it's finished and send it to info@projectart.org or to your local program director. Thank you and good night.